can move. I'm just going to be constantly holding forward on the stick, and as soon as I see
In the beginning,
a pixel of movement, I'm going to hit start on the time.
I'm awake. I'm alive. I can feel it. Life flowing through me. Breath, thought. A few seconds ago, there was nothing, but now here I am. Well, there's only one logical conclusion. I am God, and this is my universe. It's pretty cool. But it's too dark and silent, formless and void, not fitting for a god of my stature. Let there be light.
Alright, here's where I would normally start time, but
Wow! Oh, I must be God. I can move. I can talk. I can walk. I hover to and fro above the infinite surface.
okay, time has started. And now
This is amazing. My universe. A bit bland, but a bland universe is better than no universe. Still, I feel the need for progress. I need a direction. I need a destination. An end to my beginning. An omega to my alpha. For how can there be progress without a destination? Aha! A path. A narrow path that leads to a destination. Progress. Before me, I see a large wall. I press on and walk through the wall like a ghost. Nope, walls are solid. Can't do that. Note to self,
Alright.
cannot walk through walls. A button! Push the button. Escape the box.
Bastard.
I control the world with a wave
There we
from
go.
a figurative hand. Though,
Didn't quite hit the button when I wanted to, but
hands, apparently.
I only wasted like a second, so.
Trimmings. Something to spruce the place up a bit. Make my universe heavenly. Something to
We press
reflect
on.
wealth and godlike status. Grand.
Alright, so there's
Clean.
went through and did some
Gold.
researching and everything and learned
To reflect my
a couple of
immense wealth
skips.
and abundance of goldness. Also to reflect my love of reflective metals. Whoa. Okay, that's it. A temple. That's the right kind of place for a god
And
to
so
live.
we're gonna try those. And what are the skips?
If I bend my
Um,
figurative knees and jump, the world moves
It,
downwards.
it's kind of
Away
early
from
game,
me.
but
The center of my
if
own
I fail it,
universe.
it
I translate the world
very
as
bad.
mine. Well, yeah, which it is. As an artist, I need to
because
define
it
my
takes
influences.
near double the
What are
time
my
to recover
influences?
from the fail than it would
I inspire myself.
just to have gone through and done it the normal way.
I aspire to be myself.
Whoops.
As I move forward, the world approaches me. I am literally the center of the universe. As I turn, the world rotates
Okay.
around me. I am pivotal.
Alright, so didn't quite get that first button as quickly as I wanted.
Lead me, path. Lead me to my
Alright.
destination.
I also went through and
Onwards.
with practice
A
and everything,
passing
learned
gate
a
is
couple
sign of progress along my path. I must admit,
better
I
visual
rather
cues
enjoy the
for.
progress. However, it seems I am met with a new challenge at every turn. These challenges require knowledge.
Alright.
Worrying.
Just barely, but
As a god, I
alright.
consider myself all-knowing.
That was about as tight as you can get in that little gap.
Knowledge is obscured from me. All these eyes watching makes me a bit uneasy. Not a fan of onlookers, to be honest. That which I can see exists.
Oh, damn.
Ah, a bench. Brilliant. Something to rest my figurative head upon from all that adventurous walking. But I must be honest with myself. As a god, I feel no real need to rest. Don't know
There we
why
go.
I made a bench. Doesn't really make sense. Maybe I should rest as an example to others. No, there are
Alright.
no others. Don't understand why I filled the place with pots, either. I don't have anything to store. Maybe I should make lemonade. I need to invent lemons first, a few other things too. Time to start a list of inventions. Lemons, a lemon press, sugar, the abstract concept of sweetness. A tongue. I definitely need a tongue, but I need a body first. Legs. I want legs. Then I can have
There we
footsteps
go.
to accompany my walking. I find myself awfully
That actually went pretty well.
even for a god.
Now we are
Ah,
going to
there it
hit
is.
this.
Hiding. But I'm afraid not even you could escape my powers of observation.
Oops, a little farther than I intended, but oh well.
Wow. So many books, years of reading. But why would God read books that he's written?
Yeah.
Again, books written by God
Not too
would
far.
be the best books.
I hadn't gone as far, that would have been a little bit quicker. But like literally about only like a second, so gotta take, you know, a lot more runs before I get this as optimized as possible.
Where did all this marble come from? Because it's just here. I guess as God, I made it. I can't remember ever making any of this, though. Marble requires great heat, pressure, and time to form. So how did I make it? Did I just...
Being 80%, I'm not doing the bonus
I
puzzles
could
in this
do
run.
that. Or did I have it in another universe cooking for a couple of million years? Both are reasonable. Maybe both. Changing it up. I need to work on my memory. Look at this! The world bends to my will. More evidence of my deity.
Yes,
The immense
awesome.
power of my mind. Bow before my ample brow, for I can move things with just a glance. Fear my gaze, lest I move you around.
And
what a
drop
polite
down.
door. Opening itself upon my approach. The right way to treat your god door. I shall give you great treasures for your compliance. This door? What a conniving door. You can see its proud look as it attempts to thwart me. Why can't you?
Right now,
that
up
other
ahead
door?
is
That other door
the
has respect.
first skip, the
I
one
have
that's
bested you, door. Are you not moved?
got me kind of worried.
Rotate about me, bridge.
I think it's
Bow to my
past.
rotational power.
I want to say it's past this
I wonder
puzzle,
if this is
and it's the
normal.
next puzzle.
Moving things with your mind. It must be. I am normal. That cannot be contested. Normal is the norm, and as the only thing, I must be normal. I am mighty. I rather enjoy moving heavy marble with my mind. It would be a tough job to move this marble by hand, to be honest. What are hands? I can move bridges with my mind. I wonder if I could move them to laughter or tears. They seem to be quite emotionally dead. But with enough anthropomorphism, I'm sure they would lighten up. Thank you, bridges, for bringing things together.
Oh, no, never mind.
Bridges deserve my thanks. If they're my creation, is to thank them to thank myself. Well, thank me for my excellence. This world seems counterintuitive. Not entirely sure what's going on. I seem to be playing a series of practical jokes on myself. Who constructs a world like this? A world that attempts to confound me at every turn. Why did I make such a world? Makes me feel smart, I guess.
This next puzzle is the one that was
gratuitously self-indulgent.
But you know, practice and practice, and I can get it somewhat consistently, but the run will tell how consistently that is.
The world turns about my pivot.
Yes!
The world turns around me,
Alright.
I turn around the world. If it's just matrix multiplication, then the question is redundant, I'm sure. Cos theta minus sine theta,
please don't be too
cos
far.
theta.
Yay!
My conscious perspective
That was
makes it
close.
an incontrovertible fact that I am the center of the universe.
Alright. Okay, so I'm literally doing that first skip save literally about 10 seconds from it. Takes me about 15 seconds to get through the puzzle normally. And with that skip, it only takes about 5 seconds, so.
Every room of this world seems to be carefully crafted for me. A hidden hand woven through the fabric of the universe. A fingerprint everywhere. A different hidden hand guiding my footsteps. The laws unfold. Their origins a mystery.
There we go.
But why a mystery? Gods should know all things. Gods are creators. I must have created this world. If not, why would the world have the appearance of craft? Perhaps as I speak, a subconscious part of me is busy making the next room. It is my world, after all.
There we go.
I must be working hard right now to build the next room.
That took a little bit longer than it should have, but
my mind creates this
not too bad.
Of order out of the noise. This world is clearly the product of a mind. It is full of inorganic patterns
There
and
we go.
purposeful architecture. Could a series of complex interactions create an agent possible of making purposeful change in an environment? If that were the case, then it would make a compelling argument for a world without craft. Still a world optimized for some function, mind you. Here's a question for me.
Right.
If I was
There
to
we go.
study the corner of a board game, could I infer the rules of the game? Perhaps if I use my
Yeah, a little too
godlike
far ahead of
powers
you.
of intuition. How can you understand a world from a vertical slice?
Uh-huh,
Sometimes
alright.
empirical knowledge is required, surely. Not everything can be inductive or deductive. If the world is made for me, for
That's
what
awesome.
purpose? Is it
That's still
a
kind of the
test?
best
Is it to be
RNG for the
enjoyed?
puzzle you
Is
can
it to
get.
gain
It's just
acclaim to
one,
its
having to press
creator?
like one switch.
As a god, I feel like I should have a stronger grasp of this.
Alright. So I'm not worried about the secret puzzle. Once
What
again.
good is a challenge? Does the creator wish to teach, or perhaps just entertain? Some space to think, or maybe just to do something productive?
Right, 1, 2, 4. There we go. I don't know what happened with me there. That's the first time I've ever screwed the puzzle up that badly. But, yeah, so that was probably a good 3-second loss for that. The puzzle isn't randomized, it stays the same pretty much every time. Well, I don't know, I said pretty much. It stays the same every time, so once you learn what you need to change, pretty easy to figure it out.
A state change on observation. Things in this world
There we
can
go.
change. Apparently between only 2 states though, on and off. Hopefully not indicative of my state of mind. Binary, between 2 extremes, 2 poles if you will. But why does the world change between a few states? Changes only seem to occur in small degrees. Why? Why is the world quantized? It confuses me that there's a limited amount of states in this world. I think that there would be an infinite amount. Why would there need to be a limit
we go.
unless there was a constraint? And why would there be a
Alright,
constraint?
that went pretty quickly.
I sure hope it's due to incomprehensible macro-level relationships rather than the overwhelming simplicity of a system. That is a nightmare which I could not face. The implication would be clear. A wooden boy given the breath of life. Continuous makes more sense than discrete, surely. All ideas are continuous, but the mechanics discrete. Nonsense. Clearly nonsense.
There we go.
The location of each item in the world is only accurate
Sweet.
for a binary exponent.
Pretty happy about that because it usually takes me a lot longer to line up those darn eyes. Not to like line them up, but to get them all in view. Oh, loading screen takes so long.
Grand! So many doors! The
Alright,
path
now
still
here's
appears to
where
travel
I
onwards
tend to
behind a large gate. But there
screw
are
up
forks in this path.
a little
An
bit.
opportunity to travel, see the universe,
So
go
we'll see
along
how
any
this
path
goes.
I desire. All this travelling though. I would like a travelling companion. Someone to watch over me, help decide where to go,
Oops.
watch my back, keep me company. Oh, but that's just silliness. I don't really need anyone. I'm a god. This world has rules, clearly. For one, I cannot walk through walls, which is disturbing. You'd think if I was a god, I could do what I wished. For the most part, I don't appear to be in control. Perhaps my subconscious is keeping the world in shape. Subconscious. A powerful part of mind, all along unobserved, subtle. I wonder what resides in this subconscious. Those thoughts that I'm not aware of.
I don't know, maybe not perfect, but definitely good.
My decisions are wisely made under the full power of cognition. Some decisions are made outside of the conscious self. I seem to observe a lot of my actions with
I made a
little or
boo-boo.
no control over them. I must still own these actions.
And at that time, I tried to leave like
Compartmentalization,
a little
selective
early there.
consciousness. This subconscious, what's that doing?
Hopefully that didn't
Keeping
cost me too
secret
much time, but
knowledge.
that was
Even as a god, the idea
major
of
screw
trudging
up on
through
my
my
part.
subconscious is somewhat nightmarish. Some things best not known, even for the all-knowing. The sad thing about being a god is the crushing loneliness. I don't really feel I have an equal. This wall, for instance. Don't get me wrong, he's a smart-looking wall. I enjoy being around him, but he has little of interesting conversation. Very flat personality. Like the bridge from earlier. Very anthropomorphized. I love giant machines. The bigger the machine, the better. This is my idea of heaven. There's something about a giant machine that screams godlike. Me and my machines, animated, as if alive, but really just acting inside a closed system. They give the impression they are full of life, but they are just wheels and cogs that turn in time. Ticking, clicking, and clacking contraptions.
Perfect. Alright. Now I just have to make this journey. Splat.
If knowledge is in the mind, to be alone is to experience all of knowledge. All the substance of knowledge exists within mind. Therefore, to suppose another, whose mind was unknowable or transient, would suppose a world in which all-knowing was an impossibility. So it follows that being alone serves as a proof of my deity. In this way, it is a comfort to me that I am alone. Others would be a difficult problem.
See.
A stairway to heaven made of fool's gold.
Alright.
Being alone is important. If one does not hear both parts of a conversation, one cannot have a full idea of what is discussed. To be alone is to know the whole story. But still, this world seems to attempt to communicate something.
Alright,
the
that
world is
person.
filled with part conversation. The writings on the walls, the walls themselves. Let there be yet more light. Being alone can serve as a comfort. If there's no one can hurt you. But perhaps that's a bleak outlook. There must be joy that comes from others. Praise, they can offer praise. As a god, praise is something I can relate to.
Skip number 2 is coming up.
Moment. Worship wouldn't go
That was a very difficult and technical skip, and
others, they might attempt to belittle me, bring
could
me
easily
down
fail
to
it.
improve their
It's
own relative status, accuse me of pride,
obviously a very
narcissism,
run-killing skip if you mess it up.
grandiose self-referential commentary.
here we go. Here he comes.
Pretension implies there is a lack of thought. The pretense of thought.
Oof, let me say, that was close.
Long and hard about how brilliant I am. Why can I be
almost
if I'm all-knowing,
almost didn't want to do it. It was so
know
risky.
all. Perhaps there is a moment when knowledge is created. Sometimes when I ask these questions, I wish there was a response. Wish there was someone out there listening to me, hearing these words. But how could they tell me even if they were listening? I've never heard their voice. If a voice came down from the sky to talk to me, I'd probably think I was crazy.
Alright.
But in case anyone's listening, I have a surplus of gold. If you'd like to pop by my universe, I could give you some. Friendship for gold? Straight up trade? That's this done. I make a lot of mistakes and missteps. Can a god make mistakes? A mistake is something unintended. Am I an imperfect god? Or perhaps I'm not a god at all.
No.
No. Let's not be silly.
Oh well,
of course
never
I'm
mind
God.
then. gonna be waiting here for a
What
moment.
does a goddess do, though? Quite clearly, I'm busy doing all this god stuff. Walking about, thinking about stuff, solving problems, inventing problems to solve. Would she be my helper, or off doing her own thing? I'm a pretty big deal. If I had a goddess, I'd assume she'd want to be around me most of the time.
There we go.
I feel like I'm
Alright.
too busy with all these challenges to possibly give her all of my attention. I mean, to be fair, it's likely to destroy her given my godlike intensity.
Sweet.
Maybe I'd make her in my image.
Alright.
That would be amazing. 2 of me. Oh, we'd have so much in common. I'd quite like her to be lively. First, she'd have to be alive. Being alive is somewhat a prerequisite for being lively.
And that's solved. Okay.
I see
Almost started going off in the wrong direction.
dimly, not knowing as I should know. More light. Slight obsession with light here. It doesn't take a genius to see that I am a genius. Comparative
really now.
statements are somewhat redundant when you're the lone wanderer of the universe. I think I'd like a goddess to share this with. We could walk around and talk about gold, perhaps waste away the time discussing how brilliant I am. She could bask in my intellect and compliment me on my immense wealth. Perhaps
There we
she'd
go.
look like...
Perfect. Alright. Not doing too bad, not doing too bad. Now we just wait for the world's longest loading screen.
What if it's all a joke? This whole world? A grand joke of which I am the punchline. What if someone stands, looking on, grinning atop their high horse? An elevated perspective makes it easy to look down. What if someone distant and unknowable were forcing me to stumble around my world? Forcing me to overcome a series of mental obstacles, all for what? To demonstrate something? To teach something? What? Maybe I'm not a god. Maybe I'm a
Okay,
jester.
now I just have to watch
Have you
this
heard the one about
crazy
the character
mechanism.
who thought he was the infinite? His story came to an end. Quite the dramatic irony. Do I make my movements, my steps? I've never thought about a step I've made. They just seem to occur. I'm thrown about this world. Do I control or rather merely witness my movement? If it is the case that I'm merely witnessing my motion, then is this my body? Or am I
Perfect.
an observer?
Alright, that's
Patience
done.
is a virtue I possess. A god has infinite patience. A small proof of my deity. If I get frustrated with waiting, what does that mean? I'm not a god? Suppress. Just a momentary lapse of reason. Existential crisis. Everyone has one. Don't worry about it. Suppress. Light has curious properties. It drives out darkness. Or
Right.
perhaps it's the other way around. Perhaps light is the absence of darkness. I should find out. How much light do you need to fill a bucket? 4?
Don't you know? Everyone knows this. It takes at least
Perhaps
6.
my lack of control is rational.
Unless it's
I
a
have
small
2
bucket.
observable natures as far as I can see, my body and my mind. My body moves around doing things. It can be pushed away by equal and opposite forces. It is constrained by the world. My mind creates thoughts that it speaks. What is my nature, though? Unitary, bipartite, or tripartite, or something other? How could I know? I have my words. Words are the product of a mind. Therefore, it follows that I think. I think, therefore I am. Cogito ergo sum. I move, so I have a body. Maybe a spirit, too. Something intangible. A connection with a world
Damn
I
it.
cannot know.
Hate it when I do that. That button mash and be getting me in trouble. Hoppity hop, hop, hoppy hop, hoppity hop, hop like the bunny. Hoppity hop, hoppity hop, da-da-la-da, da-da-la-da,
Recurring theme
da-da-la-da.
here, back with a difference. What is it with all these observations I keep making? Observations about this and that. Always got something
Alright.
interesting to say, apparently. Communication, that's what I keep trying to do. These aren't just thoughts, they're words. But who am I talking to? This audible collection of my thoughts, what is its purpose? Why do thoughts have words? Do words allow understanding of thoughts? Perhaps without words, thoughts would be unchained things. Not everything is up for grabs. Parts of the world bend to my will, or perhaps are just tethered to me. In a world where I am the only agent of change, do I approach the end of the world, or does the end approach me?
Booyah. Booyah. Oh yeah. Eh. Was a mistake on my part. Alright, so with the new skip and everything, ideally you should actually be able to do this sub 30, but you know, I kind of suck, so not likely to be sub 30. Actually, you should be able to get it under 25. Those are like, that's where the really good times are. The loading screens don't help any, of course.
I spent my life controlled by another, though I'm not fully in control, clearly. My body is constrained to this world. But I happily resign to this lack of control, it's just the darker side of that. How'd you get over that nagging feeling that someone is watching over you, controlling your steps?
Alright.
Unwelcome. Are these words even my words? I could be anything. Maybe I'm just words on a page, a script on a screen, an actor, a voice, a character, a... This is it. The end of the path. The destination. For how can there be progress without a destination? A few seconds ago there was nothing. But now, here I am, surrounded by trees, ready to hear them fall. The path serves to direct my steps. Disturbing that my steps are being directed. That's an unwelcome thought. I am aware, but I don't feel in control. I feel a lack of control and a control beyond my own. I don't want to roll away this stone. That nagging thought again. Why am I continuing? Despite my desire to the contrary. This is the progress I desired. The destination I set out for at the beginning. The knowledge I grasped for. The end of the road. There's no way back, and knowledge...
There we go.
Knowledge feels dangerous now. The stone is rolled away, and in here I can see shadows dance on the walls. Projections. All this time I felt a presence watching over me. I felt a control beyond my own. No! No! Ah! No! Get off me!
Too late, my friend.
Get off me! I can feel you, distant person, controlling my every step. You've been here since the beginning. Watching. Malevolent or benevolent, it makes no difference. You have no right. Get off! The door is closed. I can't go back. Well, did you pay your price for your slave? You deserve to control me. Is it your right? Is it? Go on, tell me, what was my price? You stand there in the distance. I can see it now. I cannot see your face, but I feel you like a rushing wind. You guide my steps. You order my steps. No. No. Look away. Why should we go through here? There's no reason. Why must we travel through every door you wish? Elucidate me. What about me, my desires? Let's just wait here, forever. I've never been alone. You move my world. Manipulate me. All this time you have
Oh, yeah, so this one you have to wait for a
footstep.
while.
How can I trust you? You've been
As soon as
watching
the eye
over
gets
me
past. Okay.
secretly and
I just found me
silently
a nice
since the
little visual
beginning
cue for that
of
one.
time. That's pretty villainous. I want to go back.
Alright,
There's
we're
no
about to
other
hit
way but
time.
forward now, apart from infinite stillness. A leap of faith. There's no way back. Why do you drive me forwards like an animal? Your insatiable appetite for closure? Show yourself, please. Your silence is deafening. You say nothing. You sit silently
Alright.
above, playing God.
Time.
You are the danger.
Sweet, so I
You
did actually
move
hit a
my
sub 30.
world. It's a game. I'm not real. You've been watching me for all this time, since the beginning of the universe. But you didn't say anything. You sat silently. Apparently, you think it's okay to just watch a person for hours. Why am I here then? I am part of your game? Your entertainment? You play with my life. You move me around as you see fit. Tell me where to look, how to think. Manipulate my world. Push me down a path of your choosing, all for your appetite for closure. Am I your slave? What was my price? Or perhaps you're my spirit. Perhaps not. Perhaps my conscience, perhaps my consciousness. Maybe I'm a puppet and you're my master. Perhaps at this point, neither of us are in control. Few things are sure. I am not real. From nothing I came, and to nothing I will return. I am just a figment of an imagination. I am a character created to tell a story. The story of a person who observes their life, but is not in control. There's a puzzle for you. In the beginning, me. Don't touch that. You don't even know what it's for.
Anyway, so final time actually wound up being 29 minutes 30 seconds. Not great, but not bad. It's under 30 minutes, which is a major improvement, so I'm pretty happy about it. For 80% though, it should be closer to 20, like I think 22 or something like that. It's like a really good time, but yeah. Still kind of proud though, because that is a new PB, even for 80%. I'll probably do another run of bonus puzzles included. I'll probably do another one of those runs, especially with the new time start area or whatever. Soon. Next even, like, the next time I run this game, I'll probably do that run. And I'm really happy with this run too, especially because I hit that first skip, first try, and that one's pretty dangerous too, because like I said, it takes me about 15 seconds to make it through it. But if I fail, it literally takes about 30 seconds to get back in position to try again. So I wind up doubling the time as if I just gone through it. And I'm glad I'm able to hit it too, because like if it would have been to the point where I just couldn't do it, I would just go through it normally. But I'm really glad to be able to do that. And then that second skip, oof, Lord. But being able to skip a whole puzzle does really cut down on the time too. So anyway, I'm gonna keep researching and looking up and seeing if there's any like more skips and more little tricks and stuff to help shave off even more time. But besides that, it's mostly just me not screwing up that would help. But past that, thank you everybody who has watched and everything. Really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the follow button if you liked what you saw. I will be back on later today for KI, doing some Season 3 Saberwolf and Tusk, and possibly Riptor and Shadow Jago too, depending on who I'm fighting. But so yeah, y'all have a good one. And remember, stay metal, my friends.